As we navigate life, we encounter all sorts of people. Some uplift and inspire us, helping us grow and see the world in new ways, while others drain us, pulling us off course. In Stoicism, one of the greatest strengths is knowing when to let go of certain individuals, when to quietly walk away with purpose and dignity, all for the sake of peace. Letting go of people doesn't have to be loud, dramatic, or filled with anger. A wise person, rooted in Stoic principles of self-respect, strength, and tranquility, understands that sometimes the most powerful response is silence. The Stoics saw peace not as a luxury, but as a necessity. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the importance of guarding our inner world, preventing negativity, disrespect, or exploitation from taking root. He taught us to stand firm, holding fast to our principles and boundaries, no matter how others react. Today, we'll discuss 3 types of people from whom a Stoic might choose to distance themselves quietly for the sake of peace, purpose, and growth. Whether you're looking for peace in your relationships, strength in your boundaries, or a life led by purpose instead of others' expectations, you're in the right place. Together, we'll explore the Stoic approach to creating space for what truly matters and releasing what doesn't. Stick around until the end, and you'll understand the silent strength that comes from choosing peace. Let's dive in. Peace isn't just a fleeting moment of quiet. It's a steady state we cultivate through intentional choices about who and what we allow into our lives. For the Stoics, peace was foundational to a well-lived life. Marcus Aurelius stressed the importance of protecting our inner world, building an inner fortress to defend against disruptions. In our fast-paced world, this inner peace is harder to maintain, not due to grand crises, but because of the small everyday interactions that subtly pull us off track. Epictetus, who endured great hardships, understood that peace wasn't about controlling external events, but about choosing how close we let people or situations come to us. For the Stoics, cultivating peace is a personal responsibility, even when it means making difficult decisions about who we keep close. So why do we let our peace slip away so easily? We often feel compelled to be available to everyone, fearing conflict or disappointment. But Stoicism teaches that this is unsustainable and doesn't honor our journey. Allowing anyone into our inner world is a sign of disrespect to ourselves. For the Stoic, protecting peace is a form of self-respect. Seneca warned that others' negativity or drama could infiltrate our minds, pulling us away from what truly matters. The Stoic approach to peace isn't about isolation. It's about being intentional. If a relationship or commitment doesn't support our purpose, it's wise to step back, not out of anger, but with clarity. Peace is about aligning life with our values and releasing distractions. Imagine treating your mind as a sacred space to be filled with clarity and purpose. Just as we care for our physical health, we must protect our mental space from chaos. Marcus Aurelius would remind us to examine each interaction, deciding whether it brings calm or disruption. This isn't selfish. It's about preserving our energy to live authentically. Setting boundaries is crucial to maintaining inner peace. The Stoics didn't see boundaries as barriers built out of resentment, but as respectful limits. Epictetus advised that we should never compromise our inner calm for others, reminding us that saying no or stepping back is not about rejecting people, but protecting the space we need for growth. When we set boundaries, we're affirming our values. Some may interpret this as coldness, but Stoics like Marcus Aurelius knew that we're only responsible for our actions, not others' reactions. True peace comes from acting in line with our values regardless of how others interpret it. A vital part of Stoic peace is letting go of the need to justify ourselves. When we choose peace, we often feel the urge to explain or defend our choices, but Stoicism teaches that self-approval is enough. Seneca cautioned against over-explaining our virtues, reminding us that our boundaries don't need validation from others. Knowing that a choice supports our peace is reason enough. By embracing this, we open up space for relationships and activities that truly nourish us, freeing ourselves from the energy spent on managing drama or explaining ourselves. We can then focus on those who respect our values and pursue activities that align with our purpose. This is where true peace thrives, surrounded by relationships and pursuits that reflect who we really are. Now, let's talk about 3 types of people a Stoic might choose to distance themselves from with composure and calm. First, the perpetual negative thinker. These individuals always expect the worst, casting shadows over joy, excitement, and optimism. While we all have difficult days, their constant negativity can become contagious, even affecting the strongest minds. Epictetus emphasized that we become what we focus on, underscoring the Stoic belief in guarding our inner environment. When we expose ourselves to negativity too frequently, it erodes our confidence and resilience, clouding our path. Stoicism teaches that peace and clarity come from maintaining a healthy mental space, free of unnecessary negativity. While some may argue that negative thinkers are simply realistic, Stoicism distinguishes between realism and pessimism. Realism is seeing things objectively, while pessimism expects the worst without cause, creating self-imposed obstacles. Marcus Aurelius observed that if we reject our sense of injury, the injury itself disappears, showing that focusing on negativity invites unnecessary suffering. Negative thinkers distort our perception of what's possible, making even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Over time, their doubts become insecurities, hindering our growth. Seneca advised that we should associate with those who inspire and uplift, because negative thinkers create environments of limitation. However, distancing ourselves from negativity isn't about lacking compassion. Stoicism teaches that boundaries are essential to protect our peace, not to punish others. Epictetus reminded us that we are only responsible for our own thoughts and actions, not for changing someone else's mindset. By limiting our exposure to negativity, we show respect for our own well-being, ensuring our goals are unburdened by others' fears. Think of your mind as a calm pond. When a negative thinker speaks, it's like throwing a stone into the water, causing ripples. One stone is manageable, but constant disruptions prevent the pond from settling. To protect our inner peace, Stoicism suggests practical measures like setting boundaries and choosing not to share dreams with those who are likely to doubt them. Next, the kindness exploiter. This person views your generosity as a resource they're entitled to. They begin with small requests, leaning on you in times of need, which as a caring person you're happy to provide. But over time it becomes clear that the support is one-sided. Your kindness is expected rather than appreciated, and when you need help, they are nowhere to be found. Stoic wisdom encourages recognizing and addressing these imbalances, not out of resentment, but from self-respect and the need to preserve our well-being. Seneca pointed out that we wouldn't give all our money away, so why should we deplete our emotional energy on those who take without giving back? In Stoicism, kindness is a virtue to be practiced wisely. Epictetus taught that kindness should align with our principles and be shared cautiously to avoid exploitation. When someone sees your kindness as a weakness to be used, they're not valuing you but treating you as a resource. They may subtly guilt you into compliance, reminding you of past favors. Stoicism teaches us to see through such tactics. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that while helping others is good, it's not our duty to bear the full burden of another's life. Setting boundaries with kindness exploiters may feel challenging, but Stoicism teaches that boundaries are necessary to protect our peace. Finally, the disrespectful person. whether overtly or subtly disregarding your boundaries, values, or worth. They may make snide remarks, dismiss your ideas, or ignore your boundaries, showing a lack of respect. Stoic philosophy holds respect as essential to meaningful relationships. Marcus Aurelius taught that we must honor both ourselves and others, recognizing that dignity must be mutual. When someone fails to respect us, Stoicism urges us to reassess their place in our lives, knowing that respect cannot be demanded, but should be freely given. In dealing with disrespect, a Stoic wouldn't retaliate. Instead, they would distance themselves calmly, preserving their dignity. Seneca advised that we should seek relationships that support and uplift us, not those that undermine our efforts. Disrespect, often manifested through small dismissive acts, erodes our self-esteem. Instead of responding with resentment, Stoicism encourages us to assess relationships with clarity. Silent boundaries are a powerful tool in preserving our peace. Stoic philosophy views boundaries not as aggressive acts, but as a form of quiet self-respect. Marcus Aurelius encouraged standing firm in our values, creating a personal space that aligns with who we are. Silent boundaries allow us to protect this space, focusing on what nurtures us and gently moving away from what doesn't. Epictetus taught that we can't control others, only our responses, and silent boundaries reflect this wisdom. These boundaries don't require confrontation or explanation. They're simply a way of affirming that our peace matters more than external validation. We don't need to engage in every battle. Some victories come from simply choosing not to engage. Silent boundaries allow us to focus on our goals, growth, and relationships that truly support us. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Stay grounded, stay resilient, and take care of the peace you've worked so hard to build.